Man, what a time we had. We got together with the fellas. We discussed all type of topics. We just want to be heard. I mean, what's the best way for your team to spend the NIL money? Will we turn to collective bargaining? Should all conferences share revenue with their players? Will super conferences be allowed to just dominate the college playoffs, or will the group of five be considered or be given automatic seeds? Just a plethora of topics. We were all over the place, having a good time, just sitting around waiting for the bowl games to kick off. So tune in and, leave your comments below, but remember to like and subscribe our channels, Auburn Addicts, if that's how you go. If you want to listen to a little water cooler pod talk, do that. And please join me here at Tight Sports. Be glad to have you and would love to hear your comments. Share this with your friends. And like I said, enjoy the conversation.
This year. We'll see what happens next year with Nico. We're going to see what happens with Nico next year. Y'all think Nico's going to live with the hype?
It's going to get real, boy. This is
he? He's a side.
This is about to get real.
I'm taking Tennessee. I'm taking Tennessee.
But Nico is he coming in or is he there right now?
No, he's there now.
He on the bench right now.
So I'm just like I just couldn't understand how dude been playing. You paying this dude $2 million a year. Why is he not playing?
See, this is the thing I've been telling you from the beginning. When people who remain nameless was telling me that, oh man, this money about to blow Alabama away. I said it's all gonna settle back down. All you're doing is adding another layer of stuff. First, it was a layer of we only got two champions. Two people gonna pay for the championship. Oh, now we got the Gus bus. This is just running all over the place and running people out of bounds on his sidelines, and DB's got to run back down to. Then you got all these layers, but when the dust settles and the equity comes back, oh, y'all paying people a lot of money. We paying people a lot of money. The dust is still in the air right now. So that's why you got a $2 million quarterback per year sitting on the bench in Tennessee. That man could, the day before the portal, he could dip and go back to California.
Sure could.
And be at USC.
Yep. Sure could.
And whoever put that money, they're going to be like, man, do you think we should have did that? They're going to be like, no, we ain't doing no more.
Yeah.
And then the Kentucky people going to be looking at what Tennessee did and like, hey, man, that $1.5 million you about to get that boy and take that, tell him he $1 million or he can kick rocks. It starts to settle back. And see, when we get down to it, say, okay, we got sensible money. It's all even out. Nick Saban is retired. Who going to coach? Who is ready to coach football? This is the thing I've been saying about Colorado. Who is ready to coach? That was the last game we had, by the way. Who is ready to coach football? And whoever can coach is going to start winning games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, though, too, I don't know, man.
$2 million they promised him $8 million?
Yeah, man. I don't with this NIL, I don't know where this is going from the standpoint of I had this conversation with Slager the other night. Okay, you don't want to get $1 million quarterback, $2 million quarterback back out the portal, correct? Okay, so I take my $2 million, right? I go buy 5 offensive linemen and 2 defensive linemen, all 5 stars. They come in their freshman year, they play. They all jump in the portal because they want $1 million. So it's like, you see what I'm saying? You gonna think about with Auburn, bro. Is like if you get the freeze 5, they already got the freeze 4 so far, but we don't know because it ain't National Signing Day. But I'm just saying, just say if things hold tight and they get the freeze 5 with 3 5-star receivers and 2 4-star receivers.
It's not gonna happen.
What you mean it's not gonna happen?
Ryan Williams is like a.
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
There are others.
Listen, man. I'm gonna tell you. I don't doubt Hugh Freeze. I'm not saying he is coming, but I'm not gonna say that emphatically, bro. Because last year this time we was like Keldrick Faulk was going to Florida State.
He got that Terry Bowden look in his eyes. Yeah.
We were sure he was going to Florida. Man, I'm telling you,
Terry Bowden looks his eyes.
They said Joe Phillips was like he was about to sign with Georgia.
What's that boy named Terry Bowden? Yeah, Terry. That's the same look he had in his eyes.
I don't know. Yeah. No, I'm not saying. What I'm saying, and I told Slay that with the date with NIL, the freeze 4 or 5 could all flip to Alabama on signing day. All you got to do is drop the right bags, and you know what I'm saying. So I ain't saying they're gonna sign, but my whole point is, with those cats, if all them guys sign with Auburn, all them receivers 5, say if all 5 sign, bro, if they perform well, just say you gave each one of them $200,000.
They can leave.
Right, they could just jump in the
Like,
portal, man, and be like, "I want $1 million."
The guy in Tennessee, what you said, Nico? I've been hearing about him for years. He came all the way over here to Tennessee, first of all, which is weird because he's from high school.
Sure.
So he's over here. He gets in there, and Tennessee loses 3 games, 4 games, and they're like, might not be going to. Georgia may be back up. Alabama could still be maintaining, and then here come LSU. The guy get a defensive coordinator. He's like, man, we're gonna be losing. So then somebody say, hey man, hey, Lincoln Riley want to $4 million you back to the house.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
And see, this the question. This is the question I have, because on the pod we had the question: do you think NIL sports? Do you think NIL will become a bigger threat or help to amateur? We put amateur in quotations. Sports.
Ain't no amateur.
It's over now.
And that's what I said. I said it's not amateur sports anymore. I said NCAA has no control over college football and hasn't had any control over college football since 1984. But it is what it is.
Think about this, man. They just opened it up to high school students. They just opened it up to high school students getting paid now, man.
The amateur's been over really.
That's over
before NIL to me, because you still had the bag men doing what bag men do, and all the different things that my friends had to do, whether it was a black market to survive, to get money to their mama. It ain't never. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Since we've been in high school, it's never been truly amateur. I don't care how they look at it, but they got underworld stuff in baseball in Guatemala too. So.
And plus, college football ain't even really governed by the NCAA for real.
Right.
To be honest.
They come up with rules. They allow them to do it, and
it's not even governed by the NCAA. Yeah, if it was, it would be called Travell, King of the Comments, and you listening. If it was, it would be called the NCAA Division I National Championship. It's not called the College Football Playoff. It was called the BCS before that.
Right.
And just to give you a little history, Oklahoma sued the NCAA back in 1984. The Board of Regents sued them because they wanted TV rights. They wanted to make more money off their own school. So that's why you have these super conferences like the SEC. Why you think Greg Sankey run college football?
Right.
I'm just mad. So come on, man.
What's going on with you? What's going on with you and Travell like that, right?
Nah, man, Travell put in the comments. He's like, man, he's like, nah, it's NCAA. I was like, no, Travell, it's not. NCAA has no bearing over college football.
Just record keepers at this point.
That's it. They have no bearing over college football. They have that, and the argument I made was the fact that NCAA they have it over because of it's Olympic sports. All the sports that the NCAA have is Olympic sports: basketball, soccer, baseball. All those are considered Olympic sports.
They're maximizing the moment with their doggone NCAA. That's why they try to make it longer.
Yeah,
and don't be surprised we got 75 teams going. So many people playing this week.
And if a school decided to do what Oklahoma did back in 1984 and sue for the TV rights and basketball like the football teams did, basketball gonna do the exact same thing and break away, and they ain't gonna have no bearing over that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you
because the SEC negotiates their TV rights for their teams.
Right.
The Big 12 negotiates their TV rights for their teams. The NCAA don't negotiate those TV rights. That's the NCAA. That's Greg Sankey and the SEC. That's those dudes that negotiate that. So no, NCAA has no bearing over Power 5 schools. Now they have bearing over Division II schools because it's set up that way. In the division, and that's how the NCAA sees it. But nah, when Power 5 schools, no, they have no bearing.
And they've always had playoffs in Division 2 and 3 and whatever else. It's like they've always had playoffs. People, it was crazy. Like, we can't have no playoffs. Kids got to go to school. I'm like, meanwhile, Valdosta State has been playing.
Yeah, the other schools doing it. Yeah, Division 2 doing it.
Like,
so like, how are they doing it?
I mean,
how are they doing it?
Right.
So yeah, that's what's up.
We got to have a great. I would like to hear like a big group of us get together and talk about ways that we think either the portal is going to change or rules that should be implemented. Like just two.
I tell you what I think. Off top, and it's the most simple. It's the most simplest thing possible. They need to create a CBA. They need to create a CBA and just go to revenue sharing because technically a collective is setting up as a sponsor, as a pseudo sponsor for a school, saying, all right, you come and sign with us at this. You come sign with this collective, which is which is associated with Auburn. You get this much money for this amount of years. That's all it is. They should just go to revenue sharing because the school's still getting a lot of money that they still not being able to have access to.
Willing to.
So set up a CBA. Find the teams that you want in that area. Set up a CBA. Set up a representative. Get a representative for the players and negotiate a revenue split.
We can't have the same agent, dog. I'm just telling you.
Yeah. but Nick, this is gonna be the problem, man. This is gonna be the problem. It's like you're gonna have the Big Ten, who they say allegedly signed a 7-year, $7 billion contract.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
you're gonna have the SEC that's holding out on that. Think about this: when the SEC go to 9 games, they gonna get a contract like that.
10 billion.
It's probably gonna be 10 billion.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of legal jargon that need to be taken care of.
Right. So what I'm saying though is those 2 conferences, man. Look what their salary cap is gonna be versus the Big 12.
But it's
not gonna be. It's like really everybody. Then it's really gonna be like, man, I'm trying to go to the SEC. They got a bigger salary cap, and I don't want that. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I might start in the Big 12, but I'm jumping in the portal because I'm trying to get to the baby NFL.
But that's my thing though. Dissolve the Big 12, dissolve the ACC, and just have 2 super conferences.
But that way. It's not. I'm telling you, they ain't not gonna do that because Georgia, Alabama, Auburn, all these SEC schools gonna be like, man, we're drawing all the money.
Yeah, we got our own money.
We are the draw. Alabama not gonna get in a collective bargaining agreement with Toledo.
Iowa State.
Yeah, even
like South Alabama. Or
Jackson. They're not gonna do it. Nick, I'm with you. And I agree with you. That's what should be done. What I'm just saying is because of the greed, bro. They don't want to open their hands and share that $7 billion.
Yeah, but you gotta remember this too. In the 90s, they thought about 11 ways to get rid of Vanderbilt.
Oh yeah,
Vanderbilt had to. What Vanderbilt did is they focused on other sports, and everybody was like,
basketball, baseball.
It's like let's not just sit here and act like y'all can't add nothing to this conference.
Right.
Y'all can go get some girls to do something and some boys to hit the ball around, and they've really been producing.
Sure.
But when it comes to football, though, this is that's one option. Another option is this. And this is not my thought. I didn't come up with this. I read this somewhere.
As you may or may not know, I just recently dropped my 100th video. And to commemorate the moment, my kids bestowed upon me a wonderful honor. YouTube doesn't care that I have 100 garbage videos, but my kids do. So they made me this awesome gift. They made me this awesome plaque, for lack of a better phrase, to commemorate the moment. And if you would, I'm gonna put it up here. If you would, we I know a lot of you guys are busy, but if you could, please subscribe to this channel because we want to eventually replace this with something. There's nothing better than this, but if you could, please like and subscribe to this channel. We really, really need it. Just please. I gotta talk to that boy about that. Yeah, we did it.
But I actually agree with this. If you want to use a committee for college football, take 32, 36 of the best teams that you consider to be the best teams. Have that committee pick those teams and just create a league. That's it.
But then
a league for the playoffs.
Dude, you know how many you're gonna still have lawsuits. Because they're gonna be like, man, why y'all left?
I'm telling you, the easiest
teams gonna be
thing
like, why did y'all leave us out?
But the thing is, each year that committee can determine what teams can be in and out. So they can change it each year.
Well,
So
I
I mean,
when it comes,
I just don't
now,
understand.
when it comes to the playoffs, this I do think they the easiest thing to fix that is I call it the Obama solution, where rising tides lift all
fix
ships.
all boat. Yeah.
And it's like this: all the conference championships got to get in the playoff. If that leaves you at 11 or 12, that's fine. And you got 4 at-larges, so that give you maybe 2 SECs, another Big Ten, and an ACC, whatever, for the at-large bids. Because what happens in effect, if I remember my macroeconomic principles, if you're at Tulane and you're telling kids at the beginning of the year, we're playing for a national championship, no, we're not. They playing for a conference championship. But now you playing for a conference championship that's gonna get us in the dance, baby. Because it's like you got Davidson, and what Davidson did in the Final Four, it just gives that team more to play for. You are by knowing that by knowing that Tulane gets that conference championship a lot of times or whatever, or Memphis, they have capital to sell to these kids, saying, man, I can get you on the highest level.
I think we're looking at it from the wrong perspective. I think the perspective we need to be looking at it from is these schools that have the money in the backing, because this is not something that's going to be fair. It's not. It's still not fair.
That makes it fair because you give more people exposure against.
But the thing is, when it comes to college, when it comes to college football like that, it's still not fair because South Alabama went and beat Oklahoma State this year, and then it didn't even get the press they were supposed to.
That's what I'm saying, because it's still set up inequitable. It's like
exactly. So
South
why not?
Alabama has no chance to get in this 4. But if I lock in Sun Belt Conference? If I lock in, just like I'm telling you, Alabama State just beat Merrimack University in basketball, and they played well against another D1 school. The reason these teams are getting a little bit better is because there's a chance you can get into that dance.
Oh yeah, you can, and that's what I say. If you let all conferences get in, bro, if you like
locked in,
this is what I said, and I said I don't know. We talked about this on air awful. I can't remember, but if you just like go D2 and if you get all the HBCUs, whoever the best team in the HBCU, whoever the best team in Division 2, let them do a play in, and y'all get in.
But y'all looking at it,
bro, that would be dope. No, I'm just saying, let them play in, bro. That would be like off the chains, man. If you had a Grambling, bro. If you had a Grambling in the playoffs, man.
I want to preface my conference.
Get hurt.
That's my point. I want to preface my comment by saying this.
Okay, hold up.
I wish there was fairness.
This is football.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. But even in the D1 teams, there's separation between those teams. So why not just create a Power 5 championship for those teams?
You're talking apartheid, Nick.
Listen.
Bring this together.
Yeah, right. It's just like think about this, man.
The principles of Prime Minister Botha of South Africa. Stop it.
But this is my thing though. It's not fair, and it's not going to get fair no time soon.
But listen though. Think about it will. Think about this. Yeah, think about this.
Okay.
Think about this. Alabama State is in the SWAC, right?
Yes.
Stop talking about Alabama State.
No, just
man, use Troy, man. We're not.
No, I'm losing Alabama State. I'm losing Alabama. Listen, we're talking about Alabama State. Alabama State win the SWAC, right? Just follow me. They win the SWAC. Right. Okay. Alabama State then plays the D2 champion for the play-in to get in the playoffs, right? Okay. Say Alabama State beat them. Just hold on. Just hold on for a second. So you got the D2 schools played, then the HBCUs played. Alabama State beat the D2. They beat the DT school.
FCS already.
I got you, but hold up a second. Alabama State beat them, right? Next year, the same thing happened. Alabama State go beat the D2 and get in the playoffs. They gonna have currency. They gonna have the Alabama State will be able to be like, hey, we've been in the playoffs 2 straight years. Come play with us. They will start getting players because they have a path to the playoffs. And then hold up, man. Then Alabama. Right,
You
but
should have
then,
used Troy. Yeah, I get where you coming from, Ty. I
but
get where you
then
coming from.
Alabama State will start getting better.
I get no. I understand the principle of what you're saying,
Houston
DC.
won't school.
But if you would have used Troy, if you would have said Troy
'Cause they
goes
can't get in.
plays,
Bro, it can happen at any school.
Troy,
Oh.
if you would have said Troy goes and plays, let's say
Troy.
Kentucky or
Yeah.
Georgia.
But it
Something like
doesn't.
that, and that happens,
if-
then yeah, they can be like, all right, we need the Sun Belt. I get what you're saying. You
But
just
what I'm
use the wrong
saying though
tool.
is in the but no, what I'm you missing
They're
my
FCS
point because
school, they already have a
no,
playoff.
but my point is this: what I'm saying is just like in the March Madness, you have play-ins and the HBCUs can get in.
But that's the thing, though.
What I'm
Mark,
saying is they have a pathway to get in.
They can participate in.
Right, but I'm just saying though is that they have a pathway to
But
get in the big dance.
let me go back
All
to
the
the
schools
Obama.
should have a pathway.
But the FBS is under a whole different model than the
Yeah.
FCS
It's
and
different.
college
I
basketball.
got it, but what I'm saying is they
though.
should. What I'm saying is
to my Obama thing.
Okay.
If we go back and look at what conference is Fresno State in, is it like the Biggest Sky?
The MAC.
The
Mhm.
MAC?
I think so.
Wow. So Fresno State
Let me
in the
clarify
MAC
that.
has no chance at the national championship as it's set up right now. I'm just trying to get the MAC, Sun Belt, Conference USA, Ohio Valley, whatever, all the D1, Big Sky, if that still exists. I'm trying to get all the Mountain West. I'm trying to get all these people into.
They in the MAC. They in the MAC conference.
Yeah, I'm trying to get all these people into the playoff for the division.
No, my bad. The Mountain West.
Mountain West. Okay, yeah, y'all
Mountain
some
West, my
out
bad.
there because they were in top 25 earlier this year.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get all of them into the playoff. I don't even need the FCS. They got a playoff. D2 got a playoff. D3 has a playoff. I'm talking about their FBS conferences that
Yeah.
have no rights right
Yeah.
now in
Yeah.
the 12 game conference thing they're about to go to right now. They
Yeah.
need to go 16 teams, lock those conference champions into a seed. Now you ain't got to be 1 through 12 either. I can look at your conference and be like, man, that conference right there is a 16th seed. Don't matter, they in.
No, and see that's why I was saying let me finish. Is I was saying do that. I'm saying hold up, listen. I'm saying do that. Do the Mountain West, lock those conference champions in, but also have a play in to let the little guy get that last seed. I'm saying you have the Mountain West.
For them.
Man, what? How you making
So
room
you
for
say-
the
okay,
Mountain
wait.
West?
So
What I'm saying is you. What I'm saying is you make an avenue for everybody to participate. Like yes, the Mountain West, you have an avenue for them to get in. All these conference champions to get in, and then whoever in the division 2, 3, whoever the best out of that, those teams, they get that last seed.
But the division
And
two,
then everybody is
FCS.
represented.
But division 2 is FCS.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying
We got
whoever is the
133
best.
schools in the FBS.
What I'm saying, don't they have a championship though?
In
The FCS does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like the
Okay.
national championship.
That's my whole point. Take the FCS champion and put them in the playoffs.
But that's like their national championship though. The FCS.
I get it, but what I'm saying, the
You got
NIT.
playoffs, didn't get in another playoff?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Let me ask you this.
That's
Let me ask y'all this.
No.
Okay,
a lot.
if-
That's a
who-
lot.
what's the
and
team?
there's 16 teams already, by the way.
If
Yeah,
North,
yeah.
if North Dakota State,
Right,
if they told North Dakota State
right,
right now,
right.
if y'all win y'all championship, if y'all want to participate in the playoffs, y'all can. Do you think they're gonna turn it down?
They got to play a whole nother 8 games.
That ain't what I'm asking. Do you
Yeah,
think
that's
they're
a
gonna
lot.
turn it down?
Man, this is
Yep.
this is Drago
They
versus.
ain't gonna
I
turn
think
it
they
down,
would.
folks.
I think they
They
would.
not gonna turn that money down, dog.
I think they would.
They not gonna turn that money down.
Because common sense has to prevail, and this
They ain't gonna turn
this
the money down,
championship,
dog.
The FBS championship would end after the Super Bowl.
They-
You got this thing lined up.
Bruh, they not gonna turn it down, bruh.
But-
It's a chance for them to play and be a national champion, but they gonna participate.
But there would be a national champion going in based on what you
I know that, but I'm just saying you. But that's like winning the NIT ball.
But people
That's like
have
winning
always
the
said
NIT.
for years. I used to listen to this guy. He was on the radio. He passed away. He was a coach up there. He played up there in North Dakota State. He was saying they were telling them to go D1 a long time ago. They said they don't want to have nothing to do with the Division One or FBS. They were kind of happy where they were. You know, being great at what they are, because we're looking at Georgia Southern and Valdosta State. Nobody cares anymore. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about this program. They are champions too.
I just don't.
Division
I don't see North Dakota State turning down that
after
check.
playing 15
Hold up.
games.
I'm saying I don't see
Some
North Dakota
games.
State turning down. You talking about the players? I'm talking about the president of the school. I don't see the
I know they want the
I don't see the president of the school turning that check down to play a #1 Alabama and then be like, okay, we probably gonna get beat or whatever. But
you have seen coaches.
dude, this is $5 million.
You have seen coaches want to not change conferences or leave their schools because they went to different conferences. You've seen it.
I got it. Like
And there's a possibility that all them coaches in North Dakota State be like, you know what? If you want to do this disaster, you can do it by yourself.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Press box, but take off your,
I'm gonna tell you
suit
like
jacket.
It's a great discussion, and I'm gonna tell you like this. The Division I said the same thing about this playoff we're about to do. They said the same thing. Oh, that's too many games. It's gonna be injuries. It was so many excuses for not doing it, dude. Think about it, dude. 10 years ago, how long we been in the 14 playoffs?
Since 2014.
Okay.
9 years.
When they had the BCS championship with 2 teams, bro, it was unfathomable to be talking about 12 teams.
They were in denial because I
know that, but
as a Tuskegee person, I mean, with Division II has been doing this all my life.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm just saying though, it was the same kind of discussion, dude.
But
It was the same kind of discussion.
I never bought into that because I've seen it, and what I'm telling you, I go back again, take another school, who's in the MAC. Miami of Ohio wins whatever conference they're in. They're allowed to come in. That coach gets to say, he gets to go out on the recruiting trail and say, man, we're going back to win the conference championship. And we took a beat from Georgia, Michigan, but we got you. We're gonna go back. And we're gonna go first in the playoff. We may be able to win the whole thing.
So let me make sure I'm understanding what y'all saying. So you're saying go to a 16-team playoff,
right?
And then have the champion from the ACC, the American, the Big 12, Big 10, Conference USA, the Independent, the MAC, the Mount West, where the Pac-12 don't matter no more, the SEC, and the Sun Belt. So that's 10 champions.
That's 10 champions.
And then have 6, and then have
you got 6 more slots.
Yeah, I don't see no else. I don't see a FCS team getting.
Yeah, I don't want to do it.
No, I didn't say a FCS team would. I was saying it'll be a great idea if they could.
It's an idea for people that don't believe in CTE. You got 6 at-larges, right? Now is the Pac-12 going away?
No, they just ain't got no. They as of right now, they don't have enough teams. They only have 2 teams. They don't even have enough teams for next year to have a schedule.
So, but next year, those 10 conference championships are not guaranteed one of those 12 spots, are they? And that's crazy.
Only 5 of them are the Power 5. Well, the Power 4. So,
and it's even better now with the Pac-12 being the way it is. So you could do it in the 12-game format. You could do it out of that. But I still would seed those conferences based on some criteria, strength of schedule, whatever, and first through 10th, and you can put those at-larges in there. But if you give those lower 5 conferences opportunities to play for the championship, automatically lock guaranteed, just like in basketball, it's going to make give programs some credibility at the beginning in recruiting season. They say, because there's a lot of kids, people don't believe it. There's a lot of kids that go to, what's a decent program? Memphis. They be like, man, I got to go to Tennessee, I got to go to Mizzou, I got to go to Auburn, Alabama, but they would love to represent Memphis.
Or South Alabama.
But see y'all making
you could keep
you making my
at South Alabama.
I agree with you. But it's like
you could keep how many 4-stars are out of Mobile County and Baldwin County? How many? Think about it.
But you making my point though. You making my point though. It's like, what I'm saying is you excluding people based on where they are now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm saying what I'm saying is
they want to move up. You pay the dues.
Yeah, but I'm just like, bro.
22,500 stadium.
Okay.
Come on.
If Deion Sanders would have been at Jackson State and this was going on, dude, he eventually probably could have made the playoffs. And you telling me if he was already getting good players, at Jackson State. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Deion.
Jackson State got their brains beat in. That's fine.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though, Ty, is what I'm saying though is yeah, they might have got their heads kicked in. They might have got their heads kicked in the first couple of years. But if you keep saying, hey, we go to the playoffs every year, being at Jackson State, you can come here and play. Then eventually,
I want them to say at Memphis, and I want them to say at South Alabama. And
right, but I'm saying that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're making my point though. Is like, why can it happen at Memphis and Troy, but it can't happen at Jackson State or Alabama State? Come on, dude. I mean,
because of money.
But bro, what as you get,
they didn't want to go to the Division I of the ACS championship playoffs because HBCUs got different deadlines that other schools choose not to understand.
Okay, but do they play in it? They don't play in it.
No. Some schools go. Some schools leapfrog and go.
Okay, you just made my point. They making a wave.
No. But we're talking about other sports. Talking about other sports.
Yeah, I get it. But what I'm saying, what I'm saying though, if you offer a Jackson State a $5 million check to play Alabama, dude, they playing them.
No, I don't think so.
Bro, what?
I don't think so.
Y'all don't watch.
I don't think
ADs. We not see you looking at it from a player and a coach standpoint. Just like Deion Sanders was like
Coach Billy Joe, who coached 1978 FAMU Rattlers to the first and only HBCU championship in Division I AA playoff. When FAMU started playing what he calls I think he called it not murder ball, he called them blood game.
Yeah.
He started playing these games for money. He talked about how it affects your program.
Yeah.
A lot of those smaller schools, they lose starters for a couple of weeks. They get the money. The money is good for a little while, but then you got money spending it around a worse team because what happens is a lot of kids in the D2 schools and 1AA schools, whether they're HBCs or not, they be like, man, I ain't signed up to face over Oklahoma. I ain't signed up to play no doggone Miami. I'm here to be an engineer. I'm here to be a doggone accountant. You know what I'm saying? I like playing ball. I knew I ain't trying to go to the NFL. On a team like a Tuskegee, there's 3 or 4 people who possibly could go to the NFL. A main half of the team ain't thinking about the NFL. So why would I want to get my team on a bus to get motivated to go play Rutgers?
Man, you're talking like a coach and a player. But guess what's happening at Auburn? What is that? The first game of next season?
You talking about Auburn?
Yeah, they play Alabama A&M. They play
Alabama A&M. They play Alabama State like the last few.
What I'm prepared to play.
Stop it. What I'm saying is like you double talking because you saying that's not what they would do, but they're doing it already. They getting crushed by.
They have discussions in line where they're saying they can make more money playing Alabama A&M going to play FAMU.
I get it, but what I'm saying though, that's what you're saying. But what's actually happening is Auburn is playing Alabama State and Alabama A&M. They doing it already. You know why? Because they get over $1 million to do it. Right. So you telling me, and they're
like that, they lose money over the next couple years because
I got it.
Want to play at the football
but guess what? They're gonna keep doing because
for that.
Right.
And go look at how many presidents and ADs get fired at Alabama, and that's the wrong school.
You're saying you're not lining up the
presidents in like 26 years.
But you're saying you're not gonna line up to do it. You're saying you're not gonna line up to do it, and you telling me what this Florida A&M coach said. But they're lining up doing it.
They're doing it because they're cash poor. They need.
Thank you.
That's the reason why they're doing it.
Okay,
but when you get to a like, okay, let's use Deion and Jackson State.
Don't do it.
Yeah, let's use Deion and Jackson State as a study. Okay. When you get to a program to where we're
gonna close it down in a minute, y'all.
No, when you can compete for a SWAC championship every year, and when you for example, Deion, and when you get into a point where you know you can compete for a SWAC championship every year, and you can get to the Celebration Bowl, you're not gonna play that game because you want all your guys healthy enough to get through the season to get to what's important. So I understand what's tight coming from, and I completely understand where you coming from. But when
y'all talking. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But when you get to something like that, it ain't and it's not gonna happen. And Deion even talked about it when he was at Jackson State. He talked about Alabama A&M flying out to UCLA only getting $500, $600, $900,000 to go get beat by 60. That don't make any sense. That money didn't even cover the flights out there in the hotels.
But
so it makes perfect sense why you wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it if I was a coach.
I'm telling you, y'all talking hypotheticals. I'm talking.
Well, that's not hypothetical.
Let me make my point.
That's money playing Miami every year.
Let me make my point. Let me make this point. Y'all talking hypotheticals of what wouldn't happen. I'm telling you what is happening. HBCUs are getting crushed every week to get that money. What? Hold up.
The schools every year they lose.
Yeah,
money.
but I know that. But what Deion Sanders was saying, he didn't say he didn't want to play the game. He said he wanted to get paid more. You see what I'm saying? Deion never said I don't want to play the game. He said the financial, what we're getting. He was saying what we're getting financial did match.
Yeah,
he was saying they need to band together and be getting like $2 million.
That's true.
Talking money, and what I'm telling you, prime. But that ain't the tight. What I'm saying is, you're talking what somebody might not do. I'm telling you what these HBC.
Telling you what has happened is people make 600, 800, or even $1 million, and what happens is they're not able to compete for their conference championship for 2-3 years, and the coach get fired.
But they still do. But guess what they're doing?
The school don't have that money. They
still doing it. Okay, why are they doing it then?
Find another coach.
Why are they doing it?
Because they're cash poor, and the president.
So that's what I'm telling you.
They do not understand the implications of playing murder game.
Okay, that's what I'm telling you, Tyke. So if they're going playing for $600,000 and losing money, right? You don't think if the committee can't, and all that, you don't think if they're they're doing it now. It's not like we're trying to make up some kind of scenario where they might. What I'm saying is Alabama A&M is on Auburn's schedule right now to play next year, and they're doing that for less. So you telling me if somebody came to Alabama A&M and they wanted to, Alabama State, if they wanted to SWAC and said we're going to give you $5 million to play, but they play Alabama for $700,000. Why wouldn't they play them for $5 million? That's what I'm saying. This making no sense, dude. It makes no sense.
Well, it was playing early because they have already played through a championship season and they already a champion. And so now they. Listen. I understand where you coming from with it. I really do. But the way that the structure is set up between FCS and FBS is just like playing two different tournaments.
I get it.
It's just like Auburn. It's just like Auburn going to play in the NCAA tournament. We're going to play in the NIT, win the NIT, and then have to play to win the NIT to get into the NCAA tournament. But
you got to think before you get in the NCAA tournament. Hold up, before you get in the NCAA tournament, you play in the SEC tournament.
That's just like Alabama had to play and win in the conference championship before they got in the playoff.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though, we do that all the time. You play the SEC tournament before you play the other tournament.
It's two different divisions. That's what
I get it, but
when it comes to football,
I understand exactly what y'all saying. Trust me, I understand y'all saying they're going through a tournament and they'll have to play at a higher level tournament. I get it. What I am saying, the point I'm making is I don't think the presidents of a HBCU school would turn down $5 million to participate in the next tournament. I think they'll sacrifice the team, they'll sacrifice the coach, and they'll sacrifice everything for that $5 million day.
Some will, some won't.
And they'll just be like, bro, it's one more game. One more game.
I don't disagree with you on that. I don't. I'm not gonna say I don't disagree with you. Like I said, some will and some won't. But I'm gonna keep using Jackson State. If you have a program like what Deion built at Jackson State,
I wish we got y'all got,
and you know for a fact that your team is going to compete for the SWAC championship, the only game that you got to play for to determine who's gonna get to the SWAC is FAMU, which is how it was them 2 years he was there. Yeah. If you win that game, whoever win that game is going to the Celebration Bowl. I'm not about to sit there and play I'm not about to go and play Alabama for $2 million.
Bro, that's right.
That you got because you're not as deep as them. I just seen the physical the biggest complaint with the coaches, it is the physical expense that the team pays in those games.
It's a different breed of athlete.
Okay, let me ask y'all this.
You got half of the team is in there. I ain't asked to play D1 ball. I want to play D1 ball.
And the half of the team saying they didn't play half the D1 ball. The coaches don't want to do it. Okay, why are they still doing it? It's because the athletics director and the president is saying we gonna sacrifice y'all for this $1 million.
And they get fired like
so what I'm
employees.
right, yeah, and what I'm saying is like y'all.
That's like Pimpin.
Right. It's like what I'm saying is they're sitting, you're telling me everything the coaches and players doing it, but yet they still scheduled to do it. And they gonna keep doing it because the athletic directors want the money. And what I'm telling you, if they went to the Celebration Bowl, and if the committee said, okay, y'all made the playoffs, after the Celebration Bowl, y'all can play Alabama and get this $5 million check. The athletic director and the athletic director and the president gonna be like, let's run it. It's just one game. Let's get this $5 million.
It's a loser's mindset.
And so
I'm just telling you, man.
And it's a possibility the team may be like, okay, y'all have fun.
Exactly. The team
gonna do it. The team gonna do it.
If I'm a champion,
what are y'all saying?
Jackson State or let's see who we was using, North Dakota State. Use them.
Yeah, North Dakota State. They normally won.
They're a champion. Why would I put my title on the line for anything? I know what level I'm at. I knew this was a D1 FCS school when I got here.
Okay, let me ask y'all.
Prove myself against Michigan.
We just disagree on this. I just
they can play the game because you got to remember you can play the game, but the players don't have to play the game.
I got you, but them players gonna be right in Auburn getting broke up the first game of next season. What I'm saying is y'all saying what these players are saying they don't want to play it. You saying the coaches saying they don't want to coach it, but you telling me about long-term effects and all this, but yet when next season rolled around, Alabama A&M will be in Auburn playing in that stadium.
But you got to understand that's an agreement Auburn made with all the schools to play each school in the state. They even play in South in 2025.
I get it, but why
they play in Troy? They play in Troy as well too. So Auburn is trying. So that's a whole nother outreach that Auburn trying to do is to play every school. The only school they're not gonna play is Tuskegee. They're not gonna play Tuskegee, but they will play other schools in the state.
I say that, I was like, man.
Look at that. I mean, y'all, but you making my point.
They play Bama State. They play A&M. They're gonna play South. They're gonna play Troy. So that's something that just Auburn is just trying to build up the other schools in the state that Alabama don't want to do. And Alabama is smart enough to know, why would I even play this game, because it's not even going to help me in the end. Auburn is doing literally Auburn is doing it on some philanthropic type stuff. Like we doing it's bad to say it like that, but Auburn is doing it on some like, okay, we got this historic HBCU literally down the road from us. Let's play them, raise their profile, and then we got these two other schools that's in the Sun Belt that actually probably compete with us. Let's play them and show people that they really can't. So let's do that. But Alabama is looking at it from a strategic point. Why would I play Alabama A&M?
What is our profile look like?
It's not going to help me get to the. It's not going to help my strength of schedule. So literally, this is just on some favorite type stuff from Auburn. Like, all right, cool.
It's funny you say that because Auburn is the headquarters for the cooperative extension.
Yes,
exactly. They do cooperative throughout the state. So
exactly.
It's the same thing.
That's the reason why Auburn playing these games.
The athletic program. So that's
the reason why Auburn playing these games. That's
great though. But by y'all theory that the players don't want to play and the coaches don't want to play it, then won't they just turn it down and be like, hey, it's gonna tear up our team and we got a Celebration Bowl to play in, so we don't want this. Thank you but no thanks, Auburn. We're just gonna save our team and be healthy for the Celebration Bowl. Why don't they just turn it down?
If I'm not mistaken, Bama State actually did that for a couple of times.
That ain't the point. Okay, why don't they keep turning it down? Again, they want that money. That's what I'm telling you. If they
they're not able to compete in this track.
If they doing it,
if you pick,
okay, well, why they keep doing it?
If you're a high school student and you like, I don't know who the best team, but let's say FAMU, Alabama State sitting there, you going to a SWAC school. So you got Alabama State, A&M, and then you got Texas Southern, and you got Alcorn State. I'm not picking the school that's about to eat a 70 burger. So
They do it every week, man.
And what SWAC championship has Alabama State won since the Marvin game?
Okay,
Exactly.
it doesn't.
It is right
What
there.
y'all saying?
Alabama State ain't won
It
nothing.
is right there.
Okay,
won
but what?
nothing.
Okay,
That's
okay,
it.
Who's
but y'all
SWAC champion
still
right now?
not
FAMU?
answer my
Yes,
question. though.
FAMU and yes.
You still not answer my question.
What's that?
You saying the coaches don't want to do it, players don't want to do it. They haven't won a SWAC championship. Why do they keep doing it?
Because the people that in control changes a lot.
That's my whole point.
The AD
Is that
changes, like, you know what we can do? That down
Like,
FAMU, they tried it for 10 years. They was playing Miami.
I
And they
know.
was going to
I
Oklahoma
know.
getting boat race. Their program was literally bankrupt.
I got
Because
you, but
what happened is, at home, that one game gave them a bunch of profit. Them home games for that big stadium they got in Tallahassee, it wasn't filling up. Because wasn't nobody traveling to see the 100 as much. They wasn't selling as much stuff. They wasn't winning it was the MEAC at that time. They wasn't winning the MEAC. And it was like, what's wrong? Nobody want to play there. Eat 70 burgers every year. Every year we eating a 70, a 60 burger. Nobody wants to sign up for that. So
Okay,
players gonna play because we told them to go play. They on scholarship. But the premier players, they was like, I'm taking my talents to Daytona. I'm going to play BCC.
They go to Bethune-Cookman.
I'll be attending Grambling
all
this year.
what you saying is grand. all everything you're saying is grand, but flat and them they still
It's the
playing
truth.
these games.
It's like the people that want.
But they're still playing the games. That's my whole point.
I know
It's
they
like,
playing the
bro,
game to their
make
own
a
detriment.
point.
That's
What
what
I'm
Coach
saying is,
Fitzgerald
if they're
said.
still playing the games and this stuff is happening, that tells me the money is more important than what y'all are saying. And that tells me if they're doing it for 600,000, if the committee offered them 5 million, they're not turning it down.
I'm gonna ask you this question. I'm gonna ask you.
Please, somebody in the comment.
No,
y'all tell me what y'all think.
I'm gonna ask you this.
I don't. They wouldn't turn it down, dude.
I'm gonna ask you this. All right.
Yep.
If you were hungry, right?
Yes.
If you was hungry, and you walked up to somebody that had like a feast on their table,
sure,
and they told you, well, you know what, I'm gonna pray for you. How would you feel?
Hallelujah.
I feel bad.
So, because you want some of that food, right?
Sure.
That's exactly what the HBCUs are going through.
Yep.
They don't have the money. They don't have the reason why they play that game is I'm not disagreeing with you. You are correct. They don't have that money in the athletic department. And when that money comes in, it doesn't even go to the football team. It goes to the English department or it goes to the mathematics department to keep a professor.
The maintenance department.
They need that money to keep the school running.
Yeah,
But this goes into
You're proving my point, though.
No, we disagree with you. We're not disagreeing with you. We're just saying that. We're just saying it's not a great practice. And if you look at the University of Alabama, they don't do that. They not about to schedule Alabama State or A&M on their schedule because it's not going to help them. Right. They're going to schedule a team that has more of a strength of schedule to help them get to a playoff that makes sense at the end of the year.
I agree.
When they get into a controversy and they be like, oh, well, we played this team. Now, for instance, if that happens next year and Auburn gets to that and they get to the strength of schedule and they be like, oh, y'all play A&M. But this team played New Mexico State, and I'm sorry, I did not bring it. It's just played New Mexico State.
Chicanerous and deplorable.
It was just the first thing that came to my head when I said it. Who do you think
they gonna take? Your head rent free, boy.
Who is the first team they gonna take? They gonna take the other team.
Sure,
they take the other team. It's just and it's just literally a philanthropic thing. For Auburn, they just really play these schools just because it helps build a profile of other teams. Alabama don't care about that. University of Alabama don't care about that. They don't.
I get it, but that's not the whole point of the whole conversation. Is if it was a slot for HBCU to make the playoffs, would they do it? And I'm telling you, they would do it. That's I know it's crazy, but according to
they played South Florida, that's a reasonable team for them to play.
Who else did they play?
They played West Florida and they played South Florida.
Okay.
It's like Auburn, Alabama State playing Auburn, that's probably a bad idea. Alabama State probably could play Jacksonville State, play South, and it'll be like, it's a reach, but it's like Auburn can give them season-ending injuries.
Yes.
And it will set Alabama State back from winning the SWAC.
But they still gonna do it tight.
No, but
That's what I'm
FAMU
telling you.
They need the money. The
Niggas got the
pocket is deep at Auburn. The pocket is deep
Right,
at Auburn.
but what I'm saying is
And
like
I'm just
y'all
saying,
saying
if I
all
want-
these
if I want my
things,
team-
but
if
it's
I'm
like
the
it ain't like they
athletic
turning it down.
If I'm the athletic director like here at FAMU and I'm playing South Florida and West Florida, I'm still they won the SWAC. They're getting their butts kicked right now, but they won the SWAC. And then you just have to balance that thing out and be in a happy place. And I bet you when they look at, and Florida State has been through it monetarily. And when they go through it a little further here, I think you're gonna find over time they're gonna start to raise back up, and then they get a new AD. Guess what he's gonna do? He gonna schedule Miami.
But see, this is my thing, though. We're talking about the usual suspects. The only two schools that have played at Auburn is Alabama State and A&M. Those are the only two SWAC schools that I know have played Auburn. I know Southern played LSU, but those are like in-state type things. Like those are like in-state type things.
Talk about that Southern versus Georgia game.
Jackson State ain't played. Jackson State ain't played no Mississippi State or Ole Miss.
Who they play?
They ain't played no Mississippi State or Ole Miss. Like when Deion was there, that did not happen. That man knew what he was trying to get to.
In the HBCU play LSU this year.
Southern.
Yeah. So okay. So what I'm saying is they're starting to do it.
And
so they are starting to do it.
And you want to know the reason why? You want to know the reason why they went to go play LSU? LSU even said this. They wanted to see the band.
And
yeah, but I'm saying still.
They
went for that check, bro. They went for that check.
I think FCS
for that check, man.
Because the way Alabama A&M beat Tuskegee, it lets me know they are on another level for right now. Alabama A&M they're moving, closer to Auburn than they are because we used to kind of beat Alabama A&M. We used to definitely beat Alabama State. But now I was telling them like, man, we can take A&M off. We can't take Alabama State off because we need that check. But our program is possibly regressing or something. But if Tuskegee said, yeah, we're gonna go over here to Appalachian State and play this game.
Appalachian State
that'd be a buzzkill.
But if they get, that's my whole point, man.
Hard enough getting recruits.
I hear all this stuff y'all talking about. I hear all this. We gonna get hurt in that Big Ten championship. But they like, man, we gotta.
Albany State.
They like, yeah, y'all not gonna be able to play in the championship game, and we probably gonna lose every game after this one. But we're gonna be able to play. Our math department's gonna stay open. The economics department's gonna stay open. The band is gonna get new uniforms.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
But that's my whole point. That's why I'm telling you.
I'm taking my talent.
My thought is, if it was a chance, even after they play their playoffs,
we need
for Alabama State to get a check like that against Alabama or Ohio State, I think they in, bro.
If I was the head coach of Alabama State, the only way I would play that game, is if that money went back to the football department.
Okay, let me ask you this. Now stop that. Stop. Let me ask y'all this. If you was the AD, what would you do? See, y'all talking from a coach
if I was
and a
the
player
AD
perspective. If you was the AD, what would you do?
If I was the AD,
I misspoke. Not the AD. If you were the school, the president of the school, what would you do?
From at HBCU.
Yeah, if you was the president of the school and you just played a tournament, and then ESPN was offering you $5 million to play one game against Alabama, which you know you gonna lose. So it's gonna be a one and done, and they offered you $5 million. What would you do as a president of Tuskegee University?
So you talking about champion versus whoever?
I'm saying if you made it out the tournament and you got a play in, just like in the HBC in the 64 tournament. You know how you
more game.
you do the play in to get in. So your playoffs would be the play in to get into the championship.
That's a lot.
And I'm saying you're the AD of Tuskegee University. The committee is offering you $5 million to play Alabama in Tuscaloosa.
I'm the AD.
In the first round of the playoffs.
And I'm the AD.
You're the president of
the president. Okay.
You're the president of Tuskegee University. What are you gonna do?
I'm not playing that game.
Okay.
I'm not playing that game.
What do you do, Ty?
We had to,
what do you do?
When I was in the band in Tuskegee, we had to return to school early and play in the I was already in the city. We had to play in the inauguration of a guy hunt.
Okay.
What?
The president was President Payton was a staunch Republican. His roommate was George Herbert Walker, the daddy. his roommate at Yale was George Herbert Walker. So he was a staunch Republican, and we had to return to school to play in that thing. And it was like we had a meeting. It was like, we gonna play this thing. It's like, man, they started explaining us the money, right? So I marched, but there were about 7 folks. They quit paying.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you can play the
point
game.
The point is y'all marched. I don't care who set out. The president decided to get that check. That's what I'm telling y'all, man. All this stuff about people getting hurt and all this stuff, bro. It's about money, man. This thing is about money.
I wouldn't play the game if I'm the person. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm thinking about the ramifications of this.
Gotcha. And then guess what?
But
when the English department don't have no money and y'all ain't got no teachers, they gonna fire you. But they're gonna be like, dude, get out of here.
But see there, because even before
you turn down $5 million and we got these dorms closed.
One of the teams that Delaware or the teams that participated in the Division II playoff.
Yeah.
Oh, no, who's in Division II playoff? Oh no, somebody that's in 1AA.
North Dakota State.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't go for the kill shot. I look at North Dakota State and I see a bunch of scrappy guys, but they're just not 330-pound.
Yes,
just wizards. I mean, I know the nose guard at Tuskegee, man. He's like 300 pounds and he probably run a 6-something. I mean, 5.6 or 5.
He probably like 5'8" too.
And yes, he's probably definitely under 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Oh man,
like the running back. It's hard for him to stop the running back in the Oklahoma drill in a game when you don't even see him coming. Bro,
I agree with. I'm telling you, I agree wholeheartedly about the ramifications.
It made sense a long time ago. Like, man, fam, you getting that money, and then it was like, fam, your team.
I understand, man.
Broke the program.
That's not my argument. My argument is that I just think that even with a tournament, and I think, just say for instance, if Auburn University didn't make the big tournament, and you had to play the NIT tournament and the NIT tournament. No, I'm saying basketball. Yeah. Just say for instance, if the NIT tournament, they said whoever win that gets an automatic bid to the big tournament, I think Auburn would keep playing. I don't think they'll just be like, man, we won the NIT, we good. I think they'll keep trying and get in the next tournament again.
It's a calendar pops up in my mind. I'm like, well, I don't even know how to fit all this in. But going back to my original point of the 130-something FBS school, if you tell another school in Virginia somewhere,
Virginia Tech,
West Kentucky.
Western Kentucky is definitely not a Virginia, but okay.
I'm just like,
I'm trying to find a school that's in a conference.
I'm out, man. Just shut the whole broadcast down. Give me
let's go.
Give me a school. Give me a school in Virginia. What about
you? But see, if you change the playoffs the way I'm saying play it, you take West Kentucky, you get that coach some real credence to saying we're going to get in the 16-team playoffs or whatever the final playoffs is. We got a locked-in spot. We got to win the conference championship to get there. We need you. You need your help. Don't take your 3-star talent over to Kentucky. You can stay right here and represent the home team. I want all these what they call them. You got the Power 5 and we got the mid-majors.
Group of 5.
I want the group of 5, mid-majors or whatever. I want to raise them up. And it ain't a 1-year thing. It's like a 6-7 years down the road. Some teams are going to lose. Like I always said about this Georgia Tech team, if Tech can put a team together, and they kind of got one, it's going to impact a lot of teams. If they can keep people in Atlanta, if Georgia State can keep people in Atlanta,
we don't need that.
See here,
we don't need that. Man.
I think
we don't need that. No, Auburn don't need that. Auburn need to come in. Auburn need to come in and pick whoever Georgia ain't getting. So. We don't need all that.
But take some of Georgia's players.
Yeah, exactly.
Think about what I'm saying. Like if Georgia State can actually tell people in Atlanta, we're going to win the conference. We won the conference championship, and we went to the tournament. Think of how that changes recruiting for them, because you could really be Georgia or Georgia Tech, and you haven't won your conference championship. You have no lock-in, but Georgia State would have more credence than them other 2 schools, as powerful as they are. That's the beauty of letting the conference champions in with an automatic bid, just like they do in the March Madness. I think we're going to that one day, because I'm gonna start suing if I'm I'm the Conference USA. I'm next year before they play. I am filing a lawsuit.
But is Tulane in conference today? Before I mean,
Tulane is in the Sun Belt.
okay, go ahead, Tyke. Go ahead. What you saying?
So
You'll start.
if I'm a Sunbelt or whoever, but when they set this thing up, they're like, yeah. So when they do the little the release party of who the top 12 is, and they start talking about 3 SEC teams and 3 teams from the Big Ten and 3 from the ACC, then letting the conference champ, but it's gonna be like 3 or 4 conferences is gonna be excluded. I am filing a lawsuit because at some point it's getting really stupid now.
But I think what you're gonna see in the next maybe 3 years, maybe not next year, but after that, maybe next 3 years or so, is I think the team that is the best out of those conferences is gonna have a slot.
That's what they
think about it. Think about it. Cincinnati wasn't in the Big 12 and they got in the 14 playoff.
Right.
My bad.
You see what I'm saying?
They are in Conference USA.
USA?
Yeah, Conference USA, Tulane. Yeah.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So what was Cincinnati in before they got in the Big 12?
Cincinnati was in the American.
Right, they were in the American Conference and got
they were in the American Conference.
Right, they got in the 14 playoff in the American Conference. So, bro, they definitely getting in.
But I'm saying
they definitely those teams. What you saying is
not gonna work with.
No, what you're saying is gonna happen, man.
Right. But yeah,
it's gonna happen
because
it's already happened.
The Mountain West Conference, like who's the champion of the Mountain West Conference? Is it the Air Force? The Air Force should have won that, I think.
Yeah.
But if,
yeah,
like, so Air Force would, you know, if in a 12-team scenario, I don't think the Air Force is even in. They're not even in the hemisphere.
I think they will have to be an undefeated champion. I don't think they. They gotta be a. They have to be.
I'm a D1 champion.
They have to be a. They have. How the system is set up. They're gonna have to be.
Game so much. It's gonna make the game.
They're gonna have
ultimate equity. I mean, there's never gonna be more than 3 teams, probably in most of these conferences, that are gonna be that powerful. But if you want to get ultimate equity up, you gotta give Mountain West and these people a chance to play at the end of the year.
No, I think they are. I think
they're gonna go that way.
It is. It already happened, Nick.
Outlier. That was a one-time outlier. Cincinnati was a one-time outlier.
Hold up. What I'm saying is they got in the 14 playoff. You don't think they're going to get in the 12?
Think about this. Why is the Pac-10 or Pac-12 disappearing?
Pac-2.
Because they're the Pac-2. Why? They have been left out of 7 of the last 9 playoffs.
But the Pac-12 has not been a good conference, though.
That. But if I'm at the Big Sky or the American or Conference USA, I'm like, oh yeah, you gotta get in there, bro. They looking if the Pac-12 can fail, you don't think the Conference USA, which can't be 20 years old, they can fall apart too. So I'm gonna say,
of course.
Go find somebody call Attorney Crump. I got a discrimination lawsuit I want to get on.
Of course.
I don't. The Conference USA needs to. We're gonna file suit because there's inequity here. It's very obvious.
I don't see it because a lot of these big money donors at some of these big time schools, that's not gonna happen. I don't see that. I don't see a Sunbelt team.
Man. Hey man, it's big money people everywhere. Trust me.
I don't see a Sunbelt team getting in over a 3-loss Penn State. I don't see a Sunbelt champion getting in over a 3-loss Penn State.
Have to lock the I don't see
a conference. I don't see a Conference USA champion getting in over a 2-loss Auburn.
Saying over, but I'm saying if you lock in if I give you 16,
it's not going to happen.
It already happened.
If I give you
16, not gonna lock in them. Nah,
if I give you 16 teams,
I don't think they're gonna lock it in. No, I don't think they're gonna lock it in.
They're not gonna lock it in.
I don't think they're gonna lock it in, but I think they're gonna get in.
Go ahead. If I had 16 teams, I'm talking about ranking the conferences and leaving those spots open at the bottom. It's gonna be the bottom eight.
That's what they're gonna do.
It's gonna be the bottom eight.
That's what they're gonna do. When they talk about conferences, they talking about the Big 10, the SEC, the ACC, and the Big 12.
Yeah,
but I'm not thinking about Sunbelt.
No,
they're not thinking about Sunbelt, Conference USA, the MAC. They're not thinking about none of them. They're thinking about Power 5 schools.
Man, I think what Tyke's saying. I think this is my opinion. It's just this is just opinion.
Right.
I think what Tyke's saying. I think it's gonna be unwritten. I think they are gonna have like those last slots. I think it's gonna be at least one slot for those the Mountain West One of them, but my thing is, I think
I hope so.
I think it would have to be an undefeated champion, or you know what I'm saying. Okay, let me ask y'all this: can anybody look this up while we talking? Look this up, Nick. Is it a Mountain West Conference, USA? In any of those conferences, are they in the top 16 right now?
Top
any of those teams? Yeah, any of those teams.
I think Tulane is in the top 25, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Let's look at the AP.
Do y'all want to Georgia Southern, Ohio score?
Nope.
But are they undefeated though? Tulane's not undefeated.
No, they lost to Ole Miss. Let's see. So you're looking at the top 25. Liberty is the highest ranked.
What are they ranked?
13-0.
No, what are they
playing
ranked?
Oregon. They playing Oregon.
What are they ranked?
23rd. My bad.
So I think a team like a Liberty that's undefeated that won their conference championship, I think they would be into like 12, a playoff. Yeah. I think they would get in a playoff.
And Tulane don't get kind of little respect, man, for over the years. But I'm just saying, like, who won the?
No. They would get in the playoff because they already have that because it's the highest ranking Group of 5 team. Now what y'all are saying?
No, that's what he's saying. It's gonna be a spot left for them.
Y'all saying each conference champion. That's not gonna happen.
I don't agree. I don't.
That's not gonna happen.
Are they gonna let? What's it? Are they gonna? They only got 4. It's not a Power 5 anymore, right? So it's a Power 4, right?
Yeah.
So it's a Power 4. So you saying like, you think in this litigious society?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna let them Power 4 teams, their conference champions getting in plus 1.
Yes.
8.
Yes.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yes, I do.
You said what now? What are we saying?
Yes, I do. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think
the 8 spots.
Yeah. I think
I believe
I think the Big 10, the SEC, the ACC, and the Big 12 get 2 teams in, and I think the SEC may get an extra team in. And I think the Big 10 may get an extra team in. Now that's 10 right there. Now and then you have the highest group of 5, the highest group of 5 champion. They'll be in. That's 11.
That's
and
how next year's gonna look.
And then Notre Dame. Exactly.
Notre Dame, they're independent. That's exactly how
Notre Dame loses what 3 games. They still get in.
Notre Dame
next, and then and right when I think that's what's going to happen. ESPN releases that mess right there. That's when the lawsuit's gonna come in. I think next year look just like.
But how would a lawsuit come in if you're allowing, like you said, if you're allowing a group of 5 team to get the last spot?
But you treating the group. I keep telling people these people play dues to be a part of this whole thing.
Yeah.
But West Kentucky pay their fair share of dues to be respected as human beings in this whole thing. And they're gonna say, "I am a conference champion."
But they're not a Power 5 conference champion.
Yeah, but I'm telling you,
it's about the Power 5 school. It's about the Power 5 conferences. And them dudes, and that fraternity of them dudes in that Power 5, ain't about to let nobody
that group of 5 is going to get paid so much money with that lawsuit because that's not going to ride forever. Because eventually you're going to have the same thing. You may have 3 1-loss or undefeated Power 5 teams, and 2 of them get left out. They're going to be like, wait a minute. But I think they're going to see it coming because they're already talking about this stuff. You know, you listen to the people that do cover for whatever reason, Sun Belts and stuff. They're like, man, we still ain't never going to get in.
Because it's a great conference. It's a really good conference. The Sun Belt is a really great conference.
Right. People, they want to be respected.
This doesn't have the national attention.
I need to get a list of the group of 5 so I can talk about them. But I just think it would make it's going to give us more competitive teams over time if you just do it like the March Madness. If you just these conference champions, it's going to give you better football over time.
I agree, but they don't want better football over time.
Exactly.
What's really going to get crazy?
Status quo, man.
What could really get crazy in it? What could really get crazy in a place like up here in Atlanta? Over there, Georgia Tech and Georgia State just rise up to just crazy levels, and they win 10 games a year. That could change a lot. And them commissioners are
they in the ACC though. They in the ACC, and if they win 10 games in the ACC,
and be like, "Hey man, they kind of ignoring my boys over here."
But if Georgia Tech win 10 games in the ACC, they gonna get a slot. They gonna get a spot.
Georgia State in there?
Georgia State is in the Sun Belt.
Yeah, they're gonna be looking at them like, "Hey, we need to get some of that money."
But if Georgia State go undefeated and win the Sun Belt, man, I think they'll get that 12 slot, bro.
What if they win two?
They the highest ranked group of 5
Yeah.
team. Yeah, they will.
Yeah, they gonna get that slot, man. They gonna get in there. I don't think they're gonna get no guarantee slot though, just because they won. You know, they won. If they lose one game, they can.
And
They
then
can
Liberty, they ain't losing. They're rolling with the Lord. Liberty could go undefeated in their regular season for the rest of their days. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's going to become a mess. Is what I'm saying. Even if Liberty gets put in and they knock out the number 3 SEC team, they're like, you know, folks gonna go ballistic, and it's still.
And that's why if that happens, that's why you are not gonna see any automatic Group of 5 conference champions in, because Power 5 schools are not gonna let that happen.
I agree with that.
Them big money donors from them Auburns, them Alabamas, them Georgias, them Ohio States, them Penn States, them Michigans, all them schools, they are not gonna happen. Let Liberty beat Oregon
You, man,
and watch and see what happens.
look at that.
And down the road, the Group of 5 gonna have their own commissioner. And they gonna have their own championship. Watch this.
That fight, and that would, I don't know if that may work, but I tell you what, that Final Four last year, I don't even know who was in it. One team was from Florida, right? And the other team was from somewhere in California. They beat Alabama. It just came out of nowhere, but their program status just changed so much. Changed a lot. What was that Florida South? I don't know.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, it was like I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't remember the school, but yeah, they got like the Elite 8 or something like that, or the Final Four, something like that.
I mean, it's always something coming up and it makes college basketball a little bit more exciting in the regular season.
Yeah, but
Okay, yeah.
That's because the NCAA has their hands on that.
Like that's because they went to the Final Four last.
But that's my point, though.
Equity in that for the NCAA, because they control that. The NCAA don't control college football, especially in the P5 level, in the Group of 5. They don't control that.
And them dudes ain't let they not.
They don't control that.
The word is the fat rat looking for money. So
yeah,
exactly.
They got the gatekeepers, man. They not.
You know, fat
They
rat
don't control Power 5 and Group of 5 football.
The group, like I said, the Group of 5 is gonna get a big check. I think if they leave them out, it's gonna still be a big check going, because they're not gonna.
Yeah, because they even if they leave them out, dude, they gonna put them in a New Year's Six bowl. You see what I'm saying? Even if they leave out the playoff, they're gonna be in the next biggest bowl. What bowl is Coastal Carolina? Liberty's in. That's a New Year's Six bowl. You see what I'm saying? So they gonna appease them, because honestly, a lot of academic people, they're not concerned about if we get in a playoff game versus a New Year's Six.
What is about the money?
That's what I'm going back to. No, I'm going. That's why I'm going right back to the money. That's what I'm saying.
The playoffs if you win a 2 games.
Right. Hold up. What I'm saying is with a Group of 5. Hold up. What I'm saying is with a Group of 5, if the Group of 5 can't get in the playoff and they can get a New Year's Six and get a comparable check, the academics gonna be like, we getting a check. Because they're about money. You follow what I'm saying? I'm saying the same thing.
But
I'm saying their whole thought process.
Your under teams into the bowl game.
Yeah, but it ain't about what I'm saying.
Top in the playoffs. Tulane is going to the bigger bowl game, so you make more money in 2 games.
Yeah, I get it. But what I'm saying,
they're gonna have to write them a check if they leave them out.
Yeah, that's my whole. What I'm saying, and I'm agreeing. Their thought process is money driven.
And USF are 2 of the top 5 largest schools in the country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not just Florida, but very big.
Okay.
Very big.
And it's like, so having them out may not be a good idea if they become dominant. And
now with Gus, with Gus, dominant with Gus.
UCF is in the Pac-12 now. I'm in the Big 12.
No, they're in the Big 12 now. Yeah,
they're in the Big 12 now.
I don't know if they're gonna be.
UCF is in what, the South?
No, they're in the Big 12 now.
No, UCF in the Big 12.
UCF is in the Big 12. Where's SF?
USF is in the. Hold up, I tell you. I want to say they Conference USA, but let me check.
I remember being Conference USA, but things changed so much. FAU, FIU.
And we're gonna finna close this thing down, man. But this is gonna be the craziest thing with NIL, and this is gonna be the craziest thing. They're already talking about, man, the schools being able to pay players.
The American Athletic Conference, the AAC.
AAC. Okay.
Lord.
AAC. That's when it's gonna really go off the chains, when
I gotta print out the
schools are able to pay. When the schools start being able to pay the players,
UCF
that's when it's going.
UCF, they in the big
revenue sharing. That's a problem, because they not getting none of that money. They only getting the collective money.
How much did you
ain't
say?
getting none of that revenue share.
Like, how much did you say Colorado's? Go, you said. I'm sorry, Nick. Go ahead. What you saying?
Them players ain't getting none of that revenue sharing money.
Right.
None of that money that the conferences get from ESPN, Fox, NBC, CBS that's sprinkled down to the schools. The players ain't getting none of that. They only getting the money that's with the collective. That's pseudo associated with that school.
Who's the Supreme Court Justice?
Kavanaugh.
Yeah, Kavanaugh. Yeah.
He licking his chop. Cause see, some lawyers got it. They just stir things up. They big enough at a law firm. They get a plan. They just go with
I agree, man. Yeah.
And it's going.
Y'all wait when
they're gonna have to create a CBA if that happens. They're gonna have to create a collective bargain.
They've talked about having.
Unbelievable, man.
Some people want to have agents, man. They're making too much money. There's too many opportunities.
Yeah, I think they already have agents.
It's a loophole with that. It's a loophole. Agents, they can't have one.
They have agents.
Technically, they can't, but they can have a representative, like somebody
agent.
But it's not an. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Not
but
negotiate with the team, though, because you can't. It's not negotiating with the team, so to speak.
Yeah, no negotiating with the team. They only can negotiate with the collective.
But if you get a collective bargaining agreement, would it be per school or per conference?
It'll be per school.
Per school.
Yeah,
it'd be more powerful per conference. And see.
Oh, hold up. You talking about the collective bargain? A player?
CBA requires you to have a collective.
Oh no. Yeah, you're right. My bad. The CBA
that's the whole. That goes back to the Northwestern case.
Yeah,
that's how we got here. Kind of sort of that. And, the college sports, the EA. But that whole thing. Remember they was trying to put their union together.
Yep.
The rules that they couldn't.
They were like, whoa.
Right. So that takes you back to them.
Let them get the NIL, man. Let them get this NIL, man.
So they got the money now. So it's like, if they figure they need representation, they got to go back and say, we need representation.
Like $15 million contracts literally could be possible if they was doing a revenue share with these schools. Right. Like it would legit. Like players, college players could literally be making just as much as the head coach.
But you know what? Let me tell you what would happen. Let me tell you what would happen if that happened.
They would be considered employees.
Right, but what would happen is the NFL would lower their standard for graduation. They wouldn't let.
Oh my God, that was
because think about this: the NFL would. You have to play 3 years. Be 3 years.
You know what?
And if you start getting collective bargaining agreements and players making more in college than NFL, then players going to play 4 or 5 years and stay in college as long as they can. Now the NFL product is suffering.
Exactly.
Because all the players want to stay in college. So what they're going to do is lower it. And you can come straight out of high school and play in the NFL.
They tried that with Maurice Claret.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, it's going to just be a domino effect, man.
It's a special player that can play in the NFL. But for people to say out of high school, it's been crazy to think that no one could play out of high school.
Right.
I agree with you on that. I mean,
that Eric Swan thing.
No one
by itself. Eric Swan was. Woo! His stats coming out of high school, his way his body was built was just like Reggie White, right? So he went and played at this what used to call it semi-pro. He went and played semi-pro, went to the NFL, and had a wonderful career. But it's like that semi-pro thing wasn't doing wasting his time.
Yeah.
The dude was like just physically gifted. Now, can somebody come out and sling it around like with the boy Nico? Is he going to the NFL? Probably not. But I still think that's the GM and the coaches, whatever, decision for their team.
Yeah.
If you think a high school player can help you.
Exactly.
I remember that Womack was real big when he came out of high school. Yeah. He wasn't about to go and block nobody in the NFL.
Yeah.
He looked like he can, but he had a little bit of into the game.
DJ Fluker did too.
Right. Right. So, and some folks don't get it right. They dominate in college and still can't handle what's in the pros. So I just think I can't say that Julio Jones couldn't have played in the NFL.
He could have.
Randy Moss couldn't have.
He could have.
I mean, some people got that grown man factor.
Yes. Maurice Claret definitely could have. I don't know why they just didn't rule in his favor and let him go.
Yeah, they're not
coming out of high school.
Yeah, Derrick Henry could have. Yeah, for sure.
Did he need to stay for 3 years? Come on, man.
For sure, no,
maybe man. So he can.
I just don't think people really realize.
Get the good protein,
I just don't think people really realize the amount of money these college players are actually missing out on. Like, we looking at the small thing, like this NIL collective thing. That's small. if you get to the revenue sharing, oh my God,
and
you
the
talking
thing
about
is,
3 years.
And the reason they didn't got that money, and it may not be as much as you think, because they got Title VI.
Yeah,
That's another reason. We gotta play the softball team. I don't care. You got it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Exactly.
got it. If you got your whole your
Title
scholarship
IX.
for your
Title
school
IX.
is Title IX. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You gonna play black people. Anyway, the Title IX. You $175,000 to them girls playing golf. I don't care. It's your business.
Mm-hmm.
You want
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, if they did the revenue sharing, man, that what I'm saying, that's the money they making is $7 billion over 7 years, man. That's
$1 billion a year.
that's
divided between 14 schools. Let's just do the math on that. I'm curious,
man. And that's just TV revenue.
And to me,
you know what I'm saying? Think of how much a game day makes on tickets.
They need to take the age
concession
limit
parking.
off. They need to take the age limit off of all college athletics. Because I'm looking at it right now, man. I could join the gymnastics team, man.
Yeah.
So if you got what 7 billion over what 7 years?
Yeah.
So that's $1 billion a year.
$1 billion.
If you were to say, let's just say, in 16 member school for the SEC, that's $62.5 million to each school per year.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now let's just say the SEC head office takes a percentage of that. So let's say they take 30%. So you talking
taking 30% on it.
Well, I'm just taking a big number. So let's say they take 20%. Let's say they taking 20% of that from each school.
They just sign the checks, open doors.
Okay,
you gotta think, bro. You gotta think. Auburn. I think what Auburn made last year revenue like $100 million.
You talking about in the football department?
Just in the football department, they made over $100 million. Yeah, just in the football department. You know what I'm saying? So
it was like 98, but it was
that's $100 million.
It's still and then that on top, that's $155 million per year. And you just go revenue sharing with these guys. Yeah, I get paid for and to be a mediocre quarterback to come in 3 years. 15 million, 5 million a year. Come on, bro.
They probably stagger it by like starters and year. Yeah, so you have some equity.
Yeah,
if you're a starter and you're a freshman, you get this much. If you a freshman and you not starting.
So you basically gonna put them on the Cam Newton. You gonna put them on the Cam Newton thing right after Sam Bradford got all that money. Come on, dog. Come on.
Well, I'm gonna
put them on a rookie scale. Come on.
But like if I got a guy coming in and I'm just I ain't trying to be funny. It ain't just scholarship players. It's walk-ons too. If you own the team, you own the team.
You gotta get paid. You gotta get paid. So everybody on the team get paid.
Walks on could get $75,000, whereas a dude that's starting, a freshman, he's at 150. But if you're a walk on and you're a senior, maybe you get 125. If you're a senior that's starting, you on that $750,000 tip.
Everybody in college football gonna be represented by Jimmy Sexton.
Somebody said
he's gonna be the most powerful man in college football if that happens.
A long time ago, there was somebody on the Fine Bone show. They were saying like, man, they just need to separate the football team from the university. Problem with that is the university still got their hand in it because all the proprietary stuff belongs to the university.
License the name out. Pay a licensing fee each year.
And if they do that, they need to take the age cap off of college sport. Period.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to do all that, man.
Because it don't make no
sense.
Then
you got to
sense for
in the
somebody
football
31
team.
years old.
They'll have to lease the licensing, all the
he ripped out.
name, image of the college, and then, bro, you'll have to lease the stadium out.
Hey, man,
it'll be on that. Yeah, it'll be on that.
Going back to that conversation we just had about lifting all the boats up, like the Tulane, the West Kentucky. You let that doggone age thing go, because there are some people that's working at factories moving motors with their bare hands. They say all you gotta do is go out here in West Kentucky. I know you 33, but if you can make it, you can make it. And I don't care if he's 17 years old.
That's not gonna work, tight.
You're a grown man. You
grown man playing with
Hey, because at West Kentucky, it is real simple, man. You go out here, man, and you be a leading tackler. You ain't never going to the NFL, but you gonna make $4 million.
I'm telling you,
$4 million for playing 2 years of ball because you 33 years old, mad, grown, got kids to feed. child support, knows where you
What class
are.
he gonna take?
All,
What class he gonna be taking?
all us will be out there walking, trying to get on.
I might be out there, man, but I should probably go back
All
to
us,
being AD, give me some tickets
bro,
somewhere.
all us will be out there trying to
I
get
got some
on.
eligibility left. I got some eligibility left.
Yeah,
Hey, I got
bro,
all
you
my
be trying-
eligibility left.
You'll be out
I'll be
in
hurt.
the off season, start jogging and training, bro. I'm going out.
Call my doctor. I'm telling you, baby, it'd be great, man. He said,
Going out,
that was on the tackle. That was Moses Johnson. Moses last year, he was working at the Amazon factory. He was they had him pushing forklifts into place, and it really translated over to him becoming one of the greatest tackles that Western Kentucky has ever seen.
That is funny.
Reportedly, he can bench press 725. I don't believe that. Here's the film. Oh my God, the anger. You open people up,
Man, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
That is
we'll
hilarious.
see where it's go. But I think this thing, if it keeps going and they get a collective bargaining agreement, it's going to start clashing with the
One more
NFL.
thing, man. You got players out there. You got players out there, and they, some players, people working that doggone plant, man. They may have played for this dude.
And you drop a pass, you run a mile.
Play for
You miss a
Coach
ball.
Boone.
Oh, God.
That Coach Boone.
Coach Boone.
And I
Coach Boone.
break my foot off.
I'm gonna go watch that movie when we get done with this. I'm gonna go watch.
Some
Remember
of the
the
people is out
And
there
then you
working.
will run a mile.
Oh, some of them people out there at
Perfection.
the mill.
Gentlemen.
Some people at the mill that play for coaches like that. These new players don't even understand what people went through in high school football just 20 years ago.
Yeah,
And
man.
you saying that man can come to
You got a point.
Northern
Yeah,
Illinois and
that's true.
risk it all and make what? What are you talking? 150,000? And I'm over here busting my butt for 80? Oh no! I'm going
I'm telling y'all right now.
just to play defense. Oh my God!
If Alabama passed this NIL bill,
Folks gonna make the house to the floor.
I am going to set up a collective right now for BTW, and I'm dead serious. I am.
Think about it. Yeah, I thought about that. That's what's next, man. It's like high school-
No, it's coming. It's coming.
Teams are gonna set up collectives and start playing. Okay, you
It's
come
coming.
play this high school, man. We'll pay you.
It's coming. It's coming. And when it does happen,
y'all better hope
please
y'all never
believe.
hit one of these things.
please believe when it
Hey,
happens.
if
I'm setting up.
I
I'm
hit
setting
for
up the
$1 billion,
Golden Eagle Collective, the BTW, and I'm going straight. I'm coming straight to Mobile. I'm be like, hey, what's up, boss? You want to move to Tuskegee?
Right.
We right by Auburn. We right by Auburn.
man, if I hit
We
$1
right
billion,
off.
I already told my wife we starting a non-traditional sports academy right in Macon County, Alabama. We're gonna be playing golf, tennis. We're gonna be playing volleyball. We're gonna be killing fools. I'm taking 100 kids every year, putting them in the academy.
This is my rant for today. It is too much talent in Tuskegee, Macon County for a lot of them kids not to be going to school on some type of scholarship. That's all it is. And for them to be going to schools in Montgomery and Auburn. That's all I'm gonna say.
It is, man.
That's it.
Clint is on you, man. I mean,
With that, tell them where they can find you at, Nick.
Man, you can find us, man, the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, man, the coolest podcast in your ear. You find us every Wednesday here on YouTube, dropping out shows every Wednesday, and you can listen to us on your favorite podcast player as well, man. Follow us on Instagram at the Water Cooler Talk, and follow us on TikTok at Water Cooler Talk as well. And if you're still on Twitter, X, follow us at Coolest Pod 23. Appreciate you.
Tight. What can they find you at, man?
the one and only place you can find me right now is at Tight Sports on YouTube. We're working on spreading out. I do not believe in TikTok. I think they will take all of your money because it's a Chinese background and they use spyware on their software. And when you get a chance, just check us out because I need about, as of today, about 21 of y'all to chime in so we can get rid of this thing. This is something my kids gave to Daddy for me posting 100 videos. I got this great award for my kids. I really thank them for that. But I just want y'all to know this my kids are not. They're not in like elementary school. But what we're trying to do is get just 21 of y'all just check us out, and we want to upgrade this because they're gonna give me another award.
Okay.
When I get to maybe like 250 videos, we're gonna 250 videos. But just check us out on Tight Sports.
Okay.
Right on YouTube. It's free to listen to me. I mean, I do picks a lot. I talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. I talk about the University of Alabama. And my picks are great. You should play my picks and really ruin your life. Anyway.
This man, God, these boy Kelv.
And I am your host, DC Wolf. You can find me at Auburn _addicts on all platforms. And you see that little button that says subscribe, hit that and hit the notification, man, because we do pop-up lives. We're gonna do a live for what we gonna do? Playoffs.
We're doing
we're gonna do a pregame playoff watch party. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to Nick channel and we're doing what, Nick?
For the national championship game, we're actually going to be watching the game live. So we're going to sit down and we're going to be reacting to the game as it's going. So we're going to get on about 30 minutes before. We're going to watch the whole game and then we'll be on about 30 minutes afterwards.
All
right, man.
Trying to make me cry right on YouTube.
You might not make it that far, folks. So
it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have all the food. All of us gonna have the food, no drinks and stuff like that. We're gonna sit down and watch the game and react to what's going on in that national championship game. So it's gonna be fun.
Michigan versus Texas. Oh, I got
you. This guy.
All right, man. We about to get out of here, man.
And deceitful, chicanerous, and deplorable.
That's the best drop. That's the best one. I'm doing it.
All right, man. Peace, man.
For the team.